Thanks for checking out RV and Travel Adventures. In this edition, I'm going to be talking about when is it wiser to use an RV as compared to going flying, and also conversely, when is it better to go on a flight and stay at a hotel as compared to staying at your RV and spending time going down the road in your fabulous RV. So I have my little notes right here. Very simple notes here. So again, when does it make sense to travel via an RV? Very simply is when those locations allow you to park your RV there, and it's a very natural and absolutely beautiful situation. If you're going to a national park, if you're going to a state park, if you're just going down the road a little bit, like I do, I often go 50, 100 miles down the road here in Texas and do some camping. It's very easy to use an RV. If I wanted to stay overnight so I could stay at home in my nice comfortable bed, and if I was in Texas. But if I wanted to check out a national park, go to a stream, go to a lake, do some fishing, etc., do some cycling in a natural environment, I would take my RV. If you're touring the country and you're going from one spot to another spot, staying there for several days, it makes sense to go in an RV. As long as you're not going downtown New York, downtown Chicago, downtown San Francisco, downtown LA, it makes sense to use an RV because you can go to those natural environments and park, again, very close to a river, very close to a lake, very close to an ocean, and have a great time. Also, if you want to do something inexpensively with the children and you live in a community and you just want to go 100, 200 miles, take the children, take the family, take the friends, take the wife and husband, and go out camping. It makes sense if you want to save some cash and stay there for about a week to take your RV. When I camped at Lake Whitney State Park just recently, I just came back a few days ago, it was only under $30 to stay there with full hookups, pull-through sites. Very affordable, very inexpensive, and easy on the budget. And I only drove about 60 miles each way, so I didn't use that much gas. I think I wasted about $50 of gas. Not an issue for my little gas hog travel trailer, which forces me to go about and get 9 miles per gallon. So it's cost effective for me. I didn't need to stay at a hotel at Lake Whitney or Hillsboro or somewhere around there. Waco, beautiful, absolute gorgeous Waco. No, I didn't stay down there, and that made a lot of sense to just drive my RV for about an hour and a half, park it, hang out. If I wanted to go cycling, I can go cycling. If I want to go fishing, I can go fishing. If I want to go on some hikes in nature, I can just do that and enjoy myself. Great fun. And of course, if I wanted to go a little bit further down the road, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Colorado, Wyoming, up north, the Dakotas, etc., and stay there for about a few days, a week, and then go to another spot, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you want to be in the middle of nature. Some of you have the capacity to do some boondocking. My RV is not really built for boondocking. It's the water tank is not very well supported to hold a bunch of water. Even though it's a big 50-plus gallon tank, it can barely hold 20 gallons going down the road. And even then, the supports under my Rockwood Mini Light 2205S might break. And even just for my short trip that I went to Lake Whitney, about 60 miles down the road, I went down a railroad tracks and it bounced a little bit, and all my cabinets, I'm not joking, 5 of my cabinets flew out, and I'm going to have to fix them in the next few days, fix their supports, reinforce them, etc., etc. So it's not designed really for boondocking, my travel trip. Some of you have very nice four-wheel drive vehicles with excellent cabinetry. My Rockwood Mini Light 2205S has modest cabinetry at best. And it seems like if I could just take a little bit of a turn or bounce down the road, those cabinets go flying. This is not the first time my cabinets, my Rockwood Mini Light have flown, out of their spots, etc. And this time around, I took all the stuff out of the cabinets just to make sure it doesn't have any weight in them. But they still, They still flew out. So one of my jobs coming up is to add some magnets. Maybe I could hold them a little tighter, more rigidly. But you never know. So when is it best? When is it best? This is up to you to make that determination. When is it best to just fly somewhere, stay at a hotel, stay at a resort, is when you can quantify that it's going to be less expensive. For example, I want to go from Fort Worth to Laredo in the Baja. That's about a 4,000 mile round trip, okay? And about under 10 miles a gallon, I'm spending, quite a bit of cash on gasoline. Okay, I'm spending a lot of money on gasoline, and I'm also spending a lot of money at these little campsites on the way. And some of those roads in the Baja, I've been warned, aren't the best in the world. You can get. I've driven my car between San Felipe, where my brother lives, to Ensenada, where I decided to hang out for a while, my wife and I. And that road was an absolute piece of crap. It looked like somebody bombed it. It's like potholes everywhere. We're just going down the road, and that's not good, especially for my RV. As I noted earlier, just coming from Lake Whitney to Fort Worth, 60 miles, my cabinets flew out. You can imagine what else is going to fly out. The refrigerator might fall off the wall for all I know. Who knows? It's not a good idea, especially going down the Baja. I have come to the realization, sadly, that I can't take my travel trailer down too far down Baja. I can go to San Felipe, visit my brother. That's a simple, straight road. But there's a road, I know there's a certain section of highway in the Baja that's not up to high standards, okay? Just staying same. I decided last year not to take a job at this one RV site for the U.S. government as a volunteer because that road between the main highway and the site, the actual RV sites, was like about 10 miles. Was horrible. Heard stories of people, their RV basically being shaken to death. That's not good. So I decided I'd rather be conservative and not take that job. And I felt very bad because my wife and I have always wanted to go to that location in New Mexico. Let me check my notes again. Considerations. These are considerations that you have to take think about. How much gas will you be using in your RV to get from point A to point B? If it's cheaper to use an airplane, maybe you should consider taking an airline, okay? Campsites, how much are they going to be on the way from point A to point B? Are there actual campsites on the way? Maybe there aren't. Maybe you have to go boondocking. Maybe you have to go off the side of the road, and maybe your RV might incur some damage. Maybe hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars of damage. I've always watched these people on the old YouTube. They say my axle got bent, my tires became flat, this broke, my frame cracked, etc., etc. Apparently they can afford to do that. I'm on a tighter budget. I'm on a much tighter budget. Maybe you can afford to go down there and incur damage, but I cannot, okay? And amenities. RVs offer certain amenities. If you're going to Yellowstone, you have those great views. You can see the animals. You can hang out with friends. You can cook outdoors. It's fabulous. And you can enjoy the weather at elevation. It's absolutely amazing, and you can't pay for any amount of money to see those fantastic mountains, those fantastic rivers, streams, lakes, geysers, and all that sort of stuff. Same goes for some of the other national and state and even county parks, okay? But if my wife and I flew from here to Cabo and stayed at a nice hotel by the beach, she can get a massage, she can have a cocktail, she can enjoy a great meal, She can go to the beach, she can go swimming, she can enjoy the sun. We can go to downtown Cabo, do some shopping, have a taco. I heard there's some good tacos in Mexico, etc., etc. We have a great, great time. And since I speak the language and my wife also speaks the language, we'd, have a tremendous, tremendous amount of fun. And it would be less money and less issues if we just flew, stayed at a hotel, and then flew back and called it good, okay? We are considering, we have to go to a wedding reception in northern Iowa by the Minnesota border. And my wife and I have been quantifying this and saying, hey, we're planning to go RVing, but this is, we're going to spend this amount of gas. We're going to be staying at these RV resorts and RV campsites and boondocking here and there. Maybe it would be cheaper if we just drove our car. Instead of getting 9 miles a gallon, we take my wife's Subaru and get 30 miles a gallon. And we could save the money and actually stay where? We could stay in a hotel, not the most expensive hotel, but a budget hotel, a nice hotel, and take showers, sleep in a nice bed, go to town, have a little bit of a meal. And once in a while we travel between here, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, in Iowa, we often encounter events like farmers markets, county fairs. We can see animals on the road. We can go have some barbecue in Kansas City. And of course, we have familia in Kansas City, Des Moines, and in Cresco. That would be a hell of a lot of fun to visit everybody and take our time in a car, in a Subaru, and not to get 30 miles a gallon. Again, 30 miles a gallon. Compared to 9 miles a gallon, because if we won't be towing anything, we won't be driving my truck. Okay, so there are options. You have to quantify stuff. Some of you, can ignore all these little price points and say, I'm having fun. That's all that matters to me. Well, what have I always said on this channel? I'm a cheapskate. I always look at the dollar signs and say, hey, this I can afford, that I cannot afford. This would be a better way to go. I'd be dumb to do this. Again, the RV is designed to be parked at a nice location with great views of the natural environment, and you can stay there for 3, 4, 5 days and then just go a little bit further down and do some traveling. You can mosey along, okay? If you need to go long distances to point A to point B, it's probably better, let me say that again, probably better to take an airplane or just drive and stay at a hotel. What do you think? I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It helps the old YouTube algorithm. Again, if you have any words of wisdom, share them below. Tell me your experience. I would greatly appreciate if I can learn from your wealth of knowledge. Again, muchos gracias. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and ring the bell for future notifications. Muchos gracias. From Fort Worth, Texas, thinking about trips to go into Cabo San Lucas, Loretto. I've always wanted to go down to do some camping, but maybe I'll just fly and stay at a resort instead. It's actually cheaper. And of course, I'm planning this summer to go to visit some family for a wedding reception in Cresco, Iowa. Maybe it'd be cheaper just to drive the car, save some money on gas, stay at some, middling hotels, and call it good. Something to consider for you and also me. This has been Jesus Manuel Menagarza. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.